know I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it a back day. Yeah, I got game, God in a fan way. We the city of the champs, every sport we play. Spit wetter than the harbor, yeah, I'm flowing like the Charles. I be speeding on this beat, call it Turnpike Miles. Yeah, it's Google signing on, John to the Hancock, and I'm always key, I'm ready to unlock. I be doing big things.
Welcome back, everyone, to the newest edition of Once a Week. I'm Billy Janlutis, and as you can see, we are back outside. The warm weather is here, and we can take it back to where Once a Week started. And for today, we've got a very special Easter Sunday message directly for you. Because Once a Week airs every single Sunday, and it tends to always line up with certain concepts on the calendar. That means we can dive deeper into them. And with today, many people celebrate Easter Sunday in certain ways. Whether it's spending time with a family, enjoying the moments, going to church, whatever it might be for you. But the backdrop of the day is the resurrection, right? So I figured, let's dive deeper into what that concept means to us personally and what it means to us on an individual life-changing level. Because most people look at it collectively, but there's so much power to unpack with it individually. But before we dive in, if you have not subscribed to Once a Week yet, guys, then please hit that subscribe button below so you know exactly when we post on Sunday and so you can stay up to date with all the impactful messages that we are bringing directly to you. So please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button as well to like this message. Because the more those numbers go up, the more people we can help. And as you can see, they're going up every single week. That's an incredible blessing, no doubt about it, but it means we're helping people. So please become a part of the process. But with today's message, let's get right into it. So the resurrection being the backdrop of the day. I'm not going to explain all the intricacies of the resurrection. That's for a church service. But when it comes to our own deeper understanding of this, we need to grasp that the resurrection means and points to the rising up of Jesus. When he died on the cross and then rose again. Straightforward. But in connecting this to us here and now, you and me, one thing people overlook in the celebration of this moment in history is how individually it impacts us. And in this day and age, when we forget a certain aspect of this, we tend to continue on the same exact path that we've been on for years. In the concept of resurrection and someone rising up from the grave, we only fully grasp the power of that when we too choose to rise up out of ourselves and rise up out of our circumstances. And I see so many people that put their heart and soul into changing their life, and I gotta tell you, it's incredible to witness. The results are so apparent. But for most in the world, we have a moment of rising up to something or someone new, a new, greater, higher version of ourselves. But the pitfall is that we don't stay there. At times, we walk right back into our graves. The lower feelings, the lower emotions, the lower thought patterns. If we don't recognize our own true personal resurrection moments, meaning you rising up to a higher level, whether through a deeper insight, new knowledge, a miracle experience, and then moving forward from there, from that moment, from who you've become, from that part of your life, to move forward, we can, and many choose to, sink back into our old selves, our old habits, our old ways, our old routines. And when that happens, we hit wall after wall after wall. And in those moments, let's face it, whoever you are, more often than not, you're the one that put those walls up. So on a day that signifies a resurrection moment that impacted the entire world, we need to understand how that rising up is meant to help us rise up to higher beliefs and higher perspectives of who we are. Your higher self, your best self can only be reached by you leaving the old behind and then unlimiting yourself so you can experience all the goodness, all the joy, all the love, and all that is meant for you in this lifetime. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what today signifies as well? Jesus came to this world to help people leave the old behind and then move forward. If you dive into the scriptures, we learn that in Colossians. If anyone is in Christ, The new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. I believe we need to connect that to a deeper part of ourselves. Many of us learn something new, but look at it as separate from ourselves. So we miss the growth in that moment. We miss the opportunity to move forward into a newer, greater version of ourselves because of this new understanding that has come to us. To go just a little bit deeper for you. When it comes to Christ, we need to take into consideration the Christ consciousness. When we are told to be transformed by the renewing of our mind, that means that when we renew our mind and then rise up, and we begin to see things from that higher place, that higher perspective, that higher self, we then walk forward from that version of ourselves as Christ always operated from. And thanks to the reason to why we celebrate today, we have the Holy Spirit to allow us to reach that higher level of consciousness through our mind. It's deep, but we hold so much more within us and have been pointed in the right direction from day one. But if we refuse to shift from old patterns, from old beliefs, if we don't see ourselves as someone new and something that's becoming new day by day, we are only holding ourselves back. And to give you an example of this, I had a client the other day reach out to me about the stress that he was feeling going into a new job. And after months of just incredible progress and deeper insights into who he is and who he is becoming, seeing the greatest steps that he's taken, feeling that joy, knowing that he is making progress every single day, he felt that. It was incredible to witness. He was worried about the new job and picturing how the old job was, where every single day was nerve-wracking. He didn't want the first day to be like that. When he was explaining to me, I stopped him and I asked, the version of you that would go into work worried every single day, the version of you that stressed out and became anxious every single morning going into work, the old version of you that has been gone for months, and you've seen it happen. You've acknowledged it for yourself for weeks now, and you feel great and you feel new. The old is gone. Why do you feel that you're the same person going into this new job now? Why do we revert back? And with all the great insights and progress that you've made to become this great new version of yourself, why not step forward into this new job as this version of you? If we do that, what goes wrong? If you're moving forward in your confidence where you can handle what comes your way, why go back to the old way of living, the old beliefs, the old patterns? And in saying that to me was an aha moment, because he didn't consider that. He didn't consider the best version of himself being here now, with all that he's learned the last few months. He didn't consider being that version of himself and stepping into it. He went right back. So I asked him, how easy will the new job be on your first day when you look through life in those eyes? And I ask you that now to connect these points. Rising up to a greater version of yourself, your resurrection moment, we'll say. If you see that and then move forward from there, if we don't choose to go back to old ways, we then get to experience life from such a great level, from such a great place. This is always at the ready for ourselves. When we check up on our beliefs about ourselves, when we really take a look at who we are and who we want to be, we can then draw connections and we can draw conclusions. But we can point ourselves in the direction of what we can change to stay at that higher level. Transformed by the renewing of your mind, how you see this world, your perspective. Today signifies a much deeper personal part of your story if you are open to it. But we need to let go of the old and then be open to it. That's something to think about. If I can say anything to close this message out here and now, how can you rise up today and into the next day? How great will your life be if you let go of the limiting beliefs and begin to see yourself for so much more? What is the great version of yourself you know in your heart you're meant to be and can be from this moment here and now onward? What does your rising up look like to you? Let's begin to see ourselves from that higher place, as we were always meant to. Think about it. I'm going to close it out there. And I hope you enjoy your Easter. Celebrate the day. But see how it connects to you personally. The insights could, in fact, be life-changing. I thank you for tuning in. Please like this message on YouTube and hit that thumbs up button below if you have not already. Share this message to someone who you feel needs to hear it and can use it to help them in some way. If at any point someone popped in your mind, it's a clear-cut sign to you to share it to that person, not to help me, but to lend a hand to them. If you've not already, please subscribe to Once a Week here on YouTube and take a look at all of our other messages and become a part of the process. And if you or anyone you know is in need of a coach who can help in the areas discussed today and the perspectives discussed today, head to BillyGLifeCoaching.com and set up a free call with me. And I'm going to be right there for you because I want to be right there for you. Let's move forward together. Take this message around with it, guys. Thank you for being here. Happy Easter. Until next week.
You know I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it back there. Yeah, I got game, got in a fan way. We the city of the champs, every sport we play. Spit wetter than the harbor, yeah, I'm flowing like the Charles. I be speeding on this beat, call it Turnpike Miles. Yeah, it's Buku signing on, John to the Hancock.